The wind didn't start slowly. It exploded. Sand tore through the air like knives, blinding, choking, erasing everything in seconds. And in the middle of it, a boy alone. His name was Caro. He wasn't a hunter. Not yet. Too young to lead, too old to hide behind others. That morning, he had followed the tribe out onto the open savanna, a wide, endless land of dry grass, scattered trees, and distant hills that shimmered under the heat. The air had felt wrong. Still, heavy, but no one turned back, not even when the sky began to fade into a strange, dull color. The land stretched for miles, golden grass swaying under a silent sky. No rivers nearby, and no caves and no shelter. Just open earth. In the distance, herds moved slowly, massive shapes grazing, unaware. Birds circled above, then suddenly vanished. And that's when the wind came. At first, it was a whisper, a low breath across the ground. Then, a roar. The horizon disappeared behind a rising wall of dust. The tribe froze. Then panic spread like fire. Shouts, movement, running. The elders screamed for everyone to stay together. But the storm moved faster. Within seconds, the sky turned brown. The air became thick, sharp, unbreathable. Caro tried to follow his mother, but something hit him, hard. The wind slammed into his body, throwing him sideways. He fell, and when he looked up, they were gone. There were no shapes, no voices, no direction, only sand. It filled his mouth, his nose, his eyes. He couldn't see his own hands. The storm swallowed everything. Caro stood up, disoriented, turning in circles, but every direction looked the same. He screamed. No answer. Just the storm screaming louder. He tried to walk. One step, then another, but the wind pushed him back. The ground shifted beneath his feet, soft, unstable. The sand wasn't just blowing anymore. It was moving. Dunes forming and collapsing in seconds. The world was changing around him. He stumbled again, fell to his knees. His chest tightened, each breath harder than the last. The air carried no relief. Only more sand, more heat, more pressure. Caro closed his eyes, not from fear, but to think. He remembered something, a lesson from the elders. When the land turns against you, becomes smaller than it. He dropped low to the ground, pressed his body into the sand. The wind passed over him, not through him. It still hurt, but less. He wrapped his arms around his head, protecting his face, slowing his breathing, waiting. Time stopped making sense. Minutes felt like hours. The storm didn't weaken. It grew. The sky darkened further, turning the world into a blur of shadows and noise. Something struck the ground nearby. Heavy. A shape. Then another. Animals. Panicked. Running blind. One nearly trampled him. He didn't move. Didn't dare. Because in that chaos, movement meant death. Then came a sound that wasn't the storm. Low, close, a growl. Caro's eyes snapped open. Through the swirling dust, he saw it. A predator. Thin, hungry, desperate. Even the hunters of the land were struggling to survive this storm. And now, it had found him. Caro's body froze. His heart pounded against his ribs. The creature stepped closer, its eyes locked onto him. It wasn't charging. Not yet. It was waiting, watching. Judging weakness. Caro's hand touched the ground. Felt something. A rock. Sharp. Small. But enough. He gripped it tightly. His only chance. The predator moved. Slow. Careful. Caro didn't run. He couldn't. Instead, he stood. Barely visible in the storm. But standing. He lifted his arms. Made himself look bigger. Louder. Stronger than he felt. And then, he screamed. Not in fear, but in defiance. A raw, desperate sound that cut through the storm. The predator stopped, hesitated. The moment stretched. Then, it backed away, slowly, disappearing into the storm once again. The wind didn't stop suddenly. It weakened, little by little. The roar became a whisper. The dust began to settle. Shapes returned. The ground stabilized. And the sky slowly cleared. Carol collapsed to the ground, exhausted, dry, barely able to move, but alive. When the storm passed, the land looked different, unfamiliar, reshaped, tracks erased, paths gone. The world had been rewritten, but Carol stood, weak but breathing, alone, but not broken. In the distance, faint voices, his tribe, calling, searching. He turned toward the sound, step by step, through the quiet, changed world. He wasn't the same boy who had followed them that morning. The storm had taken that from him. What remained was something stronger, because in that ancient world, survival didn't belong to the biggest or the fastest. It belonged to those who refused to disappear.